A flow state is a state of consciousness in which you feel your best and you perform your best. It's as simple as that. Everything's amazing and performance levels go through the roof. It's characterized by the acronym STIR, the features of flow. It stands for selflessness, in that your sense of self completely vanishes. And that means that the inner chatter, what they call the inner Woody Allen, it's the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. It's responsible for self-editing. It's the inner critic. That actually gets knocked offline. So you experience that as a sense of selflessness, of losing yourself and finding yourself. And that's experienced as liberation, because you're here and you're now, and there's no inner chatter. So that's the S from STIR.
Okay.
Then T, timelessness. The way that time is ordered in the brain gets knocked offline too. So time passes by kind of strangely. It can speed up, it can slow down, it can get warped. Time becomes relative in an Einsteinian sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So selflessness, timelessness, there's a sense of effortlessness. You don't feel the labor when you're in flow. Whether you're playing jazz or whether you're cycling down a mountain, it doesn't feel like you're putting a lot of work into it. It's just like, it's like you're watching yourself do it, and it's just, every move follows the next move perfectly well. And finally, richness. The sense that there's more information access. You're accessing more information, you're seeing more data, lateral thinking increases, pattern recognition increases, risk-taking increases, and performance levels increase when you're in flow. So all this stuff is happening at the same time. So it's just, essentially, it's the ideal human state. People who have regular access to flow, like professional surfers, people who organize their lives around flow, report the highest levels of life satisfaction that exist. So this is not about, oh, how do we find happiness? It's really like, how do you build flow into your life? Because we're talking about states north of happy, beyond happiness, you know? And so for me, you know, there are universal flow triggers and there are specific flow triggers for specific personalities and temperaments and certain predispositions. I suppose a musician finds flow when he plays music, you know? A golfer finds flow when he plays golf, a mountain biker. So I would say experiment. Try different hobbies, learn a different language. Universal flow triggers tend to include novelty and a little bit of risk.
Okay.
Not so much risk that you shut down, and not too little risk that you're bored or disengaged. Flow follows focus.